So in our last lesson, we talked about the major second, which was the 12 whole tone scales, and stacking whole tones on top of each other to get that kind of mystical, dreamy sound, that harmonic intonation. Incidentally, that's the scale. That scale is associated with an augmented seventh chord. Here's an augmented seventh chord. You hear that sound? And here is the major the C whole tone scale. So these arpeggios are associated with different scales, and different chords are associated with different scales. They blend nicely together when you're doing improv work. I remember that last time something entered my mind I wanted to tell you, and I lost my train of thought. It didn't come back to me. Now I remember what it is. It's helpful when you're memorizing whole tone scales to start with the letters, the alphabet in the beginning of the book, and play them on the piano keyboard and get that piano keyboard pattern in your head, and then go to the instrument and look down at the piano keyboard and visualize in your mind what the intervals are, the whole tones on the piano. So in other words, visualize a piano keyboard in your head while you're memorizing this, to see to have a visualization of the whole steps. Then the final stage, go to the second half of the book and look at the notation and see the whole tone spaces, the major spaces that exist, say, between a C and a D sharp, how it looks notated. So you get this visual idea, this visual pattern of the whole tone. You do that for all intervals. You can actually make flashcards where you write out different intervals, and you just use the flashcard and see the interval of the major third, the interval of the minor second, interval of the major second. And it's based on the space, and where something, if it's two lines or a space in a line that the notes occur on, or two spaces for thirds. So there's these different visual techniques. Getting the visual pattern of reading down is separate from actually being able to play it. And I would learn it and memorize it and play it first, and then link the visual pattern of reading to it. So now let's turn to the next study. So I'm assuming you have worked and memorized your minor second chromatic scale, your from E to E, low E to middle E, and your major second, consecutive major second, the 12 whole tone scales. They should be memorized. And now you can go on to the major third. Yeah, major third. And this is nice. Let's use, for this one, a staccato articulation at mezzo forte. I put the metronome at 60, so this is going to be nice and even. And you can commit these to memory. Start on C and just do consecutive major thirds in chromatic motion. So C, E, C sharp, E sharp. Practice those in th tonguing, so legato, da, tenuto, and ta, staccato, and practice it also in different volume variables, mezzo piano, piano, mezzo forte, and forte. I did that with a light tonguing, a da, a light da. And then doing that at 60 to the, you can do 60 to the eighth note eventually, like speed it up, but just start quarter note motion. So start off like this. Of how to go about increasing the tempo. Okay, that is major third intervals, and memorize those up through, and when you see them on the page, you'll just be able to pop it off without thinking. It'll be programmed into the lips and the arm.